Rifle slings are pretty important as they allow soldiers to carry the weapon on their back instead of requiring them to hold it all the time. I wanted to model this for the new weapon model, but we can't just leave it as a static model, and making an animation is just going to look weird and unnatural. So what better way to make you oogle at a weapon than with some good old physics simulations. First, in Blender, make a model for the sling. Make sure that the sling itself has some slack so it can stretch and move around. We also need to subdivide along the y-axis where we want the sling to be able to bend and deform. Do some UV unwrapping, give it some albedo texture, and then use the texture painting mode to blend the exposed seams. Now we need some bones. Add an armature and place the bones along the sling, making sure that each bone starts and ends at the subdivides. And since we're already doing this for the sling, we can also apply the armature bones for the rest of the gun's moving parts. In edit mode, we'll select the faces within the subdivides and assign the weight to each respective bone. Once you finish giving yourself carpal tunnel, export the model as an FBX and import the model and textures into Unity. We're going to use hinge joints for our sling physics. It works like this. We have an anchor with a collider, rigid body, and hinge joint. So the anchor's rigid body to not use gravity and to be kinematic. And now we're ready for the fun part. Make a bunch of capsules with the same components, but make them use gravity and set the connected body value to the capsule or anchor prior. Then set the last capsule to be kinematic again. And there you go. You just made a hanging bridge, which is pretty much how a rifle sling behaves. Almost.
What the hell?
Alright, so let's apply the same technique on the rifle, but using the bones from the model. Set your anchor, add your components, make the capsule colliders, and...
Failure.
Unity does not like handling hinge physics for a lot of bones. We could increase the frequency at which the engine calculates physics, but this has a performance cost, and I don't want to lose 10 frames for just a visual effect. Instead, we can disable the capsule colliders on the bones, which makes the bones not spaz out and react nicely with each other. But now as we continuously move the model, the sling begins to elongate and become blinky. And we don't want that. What's happening is that the anchors for the hinges are constantly moving apart. So simply uncheck auto configure connected anchor and voila. I've also added springs to the bones to make things more stable, but the results are much different.